This is one of my favorite Lift the Flap books of all time. It's called Where is Baby's Belly Button? And it's so much fun to read with your little ones. So we're going to turn this into a long-form, interactive, and playful animated video, so let's go. Hi, I'm here to help you create happy and healthy learning moments with your toddler. This series is designed to support early childhood educators and parents in helping children develop important foundational skills through fun songs and activities. So let's get started. So our book starts out with a very simple prompt. Can you say belly button? And then you lift up this flap and see the baby's belly button right here. And now the baby is going to look for their belly button. So can you help the baby find their belly button? Where is it? Where could it be? When you open this book, you'll see that the illustrations are done with watercolors, and they have this really soft feel to them. The colors are just vibrant and cheerful, and it matches the mood of this very happy baby. Let's peek behind this curtain and see what's going on. There's the belly button. Now the baby sees their belly button, and they want to play a little game of peekaboo with it. And now the belly button is going to hide, and we're going to look for it again. Where is it? Where could it be? Oh, maybe under the ball? No, it's not there. Look under the blanket. No, it's not there either. Keep looking, little one. You're almost there. Can you say blanket? Say blanket. It's time to look under the blanket. And peekaboo? Now the baby is super happy to find their belly button again, and they want to show it to Mama. And Mama is going to sing a little song about the belly button. Tummy, tummy, where's your belly button? Here it is. Here it is, tickly tickly. Do you know where your nose is? Here it is, little nose. Do you know where your ears are? Here they are, my ears. Do you know where your mouth is? Here it is. Here it is, licky licky. Do you know where your toes are? Here they are, my toes. And now that we've learned all these different body parts, the baby wants to play another fun game. They hide their face behind some different objects around the house, and you have to guess which body part is sticking out. So let's take a look. What body part is this? Is it your nose? That's right. Where's baby's nose? Where could it be? Maybe under the rattle. No, it's not there. Look behind the teddy bear. Yes, there it is. And now the baby's going to play again, but this time they're hiding their ears. Where are they? Where could they be? Maybe under the blocks? No, not there. Lift up the telephone and look. Yes, there they are. Now the baby is hiding their mouth. Where is it? Where could it be? Maybe behind the keys. No, it's not there. Look under the pillow. Yes, there it is. And if you lift up the flap, you can even stick your finger in the mouth. Next, the baby is going to hide behind the curtains and ask you to guess which body part they are showing. Can you say toes? Say toes? Very good. Where are they? Where could they be? Maybe under the sofa. No, not there. Look inside the basket. Yes, there they are. And you can even wiggle your toes just like the baby. Can you touch your toes too? After playing all this time, the baby is getting tired, and it's time for a nap. So they're going to lie down in their crib and cover up with their blanket. Then we're going to make sure that all of the body parts are tucked in nice and tight. We want to make sure that the nose is tucked in. Let's tuck it in. Tuck it in. Good. Make sure the ears are tucked in too. Tuck it in. Tuck it in. Good. And we want to make sure that the mouth is closed nice and tight. Closed. Closed. Good. Now we're going to sing a little song while we tuck in the toes. Tummy, tummy, where are your toes? Here they are. Tickly tickly toes. Tummy, tummy, where's your nose?
Oh.
Here it is. Little nose. Tummy, tummy, where are your ears? Here they are, my ears. Tummy, tummy, where's your mouth? Here it is, licky, licky tummy. Tummy, where's your belly button? Here it is, tickly, tickly. Once the baby is all tucked in, it's time for bed. Now Mama is going to come in and give the baby a kiss goodnight. Before we go, though, we want to make sure that we cover up with a blanket. Now the baby can dream about all of the fun games that they got to play today. In the morning, the baby wakes up feeling great because it's a beautiful day outside. And Mama says, it's time to go play in the garden. So the baby gets dressed in their favorite blue shirt, and then they put on their shoes and socks. Where are my shoes? Where are my socks? Now the baby and Mama are ready to go to the garden, so let's take a look around. The first thing that we see are all of these flowers. The baby asks, "What are these?" And Mama says, "These are flowers." Then we see a big green tree. "What is this? What is this?" Mama says, "This is a tree." Next, we see a yellow duck swimming in the pond. "What is this? What is this?" Mama says, "This is a duck." Then we see some red apples hanging off the tree. "What are these? What are these?" Mama says, "These are apples." Then the baby and Mama start to play some fun games in the garden. They take turns being the bird and the worm, and they also take turns being the tree and the apple. And then they play hide and seek with the flowers. And Mama asks the baby, "Where are the flowers?" The baby says, "Here they are." And then the baby hides and Mama has to find them. Where's the baby? Where could they be? Maybe behind the tree? No, not there. Look under the flowers. Yes, there they are. After playing in the garden, the baby gets a little dirty, so it's time to go home and take a bath. In the bathtub, the baby plays with their favorite toy boat. And then they also play with the water and the bubbles. And Mama helps the baby wash their hair and scrub their back. And then she combs their hair with this fun comb. At the end of the bath, the baby gets all wrapped up in a warm towel. And then Mama gives them a big kiss. Now it's time to get dressed in some clean and comfy PJs. After putting on their PJs, the baby brushes their teeth, and then they get into bed. And Mama reads them a bedtime story. The next day, the baby wakes up, and it's time for a new adventure. They put on their shoes and their coat and hat, and then they go outside to play. When they're outside, they play with their friends and they take turns going down the slide. Then they play on the swings and they take turns going up and down. And then they play on the jungle gym, and they take turns climbing up and down the ladder. After playing outside, the baby feels hungry, so it's time to go home and eat some food. At mealtimes, it's important to talk to your little ones about all the different foods that they get to try. This is broccoli. This is chicken. This is rice. This is carrot sticks. This is milk. After eating all this yummy food, the baby is getting sleepy. So they go to their room, change into their PJs, brush their teeth, and get into bed. And you can help your little ones do all of these things too. It's so much fun to learn about our bodies and all the amazing things that we can do. Thanks for joining us on this fun adventure. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below to let us know. Please subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an exciting new video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.